your host AirsoftAL, and welcome to another AirsoftAL Reviews. Today we are taking a look at the SOCOM variant of the full-length AGM M14. Springer. Boy, where to begin with this one? So, essentially this is the same price tag bracket of the full-length AGM M14, and yeah. Before we even begin this, a big thank you goes out to my friend in the Tupelo Airsoft Club's group. He was actually the one who provided this gun for review, and that is, of course, Johnny, or John Henry. He's a cool guy. He's the one who actually let me play with the MP5 gameplay that you saw a little while back for the charity game last year. So, yeah, John Henry, thank you for actually allowing me to be able to review this gun here. So, before I begin, let me just go ahead and say this now. This is... It's basically got the same issues as the full-length version, just worse. And the sad part is that there is actually a SOCOM M14 Springer that's actually better than this, has a smoother, like, prime than this, and is a little more aesthetically pleasing than this. But sadly, it has no hop-up. Well, this one does have a hop-up. And there's so much just to talk about and get into it that I think the best way to describe this would be that while, yes, there is a full-length variant of this, the barrel length on this entire thing, there's just so much to get into this, guys. I'm not even joking on that. So let me just go ahead and say this now. What does this get right? What it gets right is being a shorter, a early development version of the M14 SOCOM, of the EBR. Unlike the actual EBR, there is no pistol grip, there is no collapsible stock. This is a full stock variant of the SOCOM. Again, that's just how it is. I've got this decked out as anyone would do because, again, I just thought I'd have fun with it. And it shows off the pick rail, essentially. So, here we go. We have essentially the removable rail that you would see on any of the other stuff. We have the adjustable rear sight. We do not have an adjustable front sight. We have the bayonet lug, which is pretty damn close to the gas block here. We have a bit of Picatinny rail here that does not reach all the way back. We have a bit of texturization, a little bit of that there, and even on the grip here. We have the safety that we all know about, the Garand style safety. The prime is still ungodly of a prime. And everything else in between is basically the same. So, yeah. Let's just go ahead and get to the range test and just kind of get into it, essentially, and see how it performs range-wise. And we'll get to it after these messages.
You're reaching deep inside you, go for things you've never known. It's been tough, rough going, but you haven't gone alone.
We do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day.
Be all that you can be.
Hey, First Sergeant. Good morning.
You can do it in the Army.
Looking for that perfect game for your gaming console? Video Game Corner is the largest independently owned video gaming store in North Mississippi, located at 1519 Highway 72 in Corinth. We are an authorized limited-run retail store and have a massive collection of retro games and game systems, and also plush toys and collectibles. We also pay top dollar for your used video games. Check them out Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Visit Video Game Corner in Corinth.
Alright, we have this load up with E-Vike now, .2 BBs. I found out I had some E-Vike .2 BBs in the BB catcher, so yeah, there's that. And let's see if this thing actually feeds, shall we? Alright, firing. It does feed. That's a good thing. So, let's go ahead. And I'm going to get gloves, because Jesus Christ, this thing hurts priming it. Alright, so I have a glove. And it's a mechanics. And let me tell you now, the priming handle on these things still hurt like hell. So, with that said, let's go ahead. Jesus Christ. Even through the damn glove, it hurts like hell. Jesus Christ. Let's go ahead and get the chronograph here. And with the BBs in the magazine that we have, let's see what kind of FPS we are getting out of this. Safety is off. Crony is lined up with the barrel. And firing. 268, and the BB and a BB literally bounced out of the BB catcher and hit me right in the collar here. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, 268. Go. .262. See if priming it this way actually. Jesus Christ. .269. Nice. Oh, Christ on a stick. Okay. One more, and then we're taking this outside to a range test. 215. This is the last one, and then we're taking it outside. Ah, fuck. Last shot. 261. So we are fluctuating between the 260s and 215. This should be an interesting range test, to say the least. So yeah, let's head on outside and see what she's getting at, shall we? Okay, so we have the M14 SOCOM here, and I'll be honest, folks, this one has got me a little bit wary. Also, the fact that I cannot actuate and adjust the irons. There we go. There we go. They're out. It is also a little bit unnerving for me, to say the least. But again, the fact that the prime on this is hard as hell, and the FPS we saw, I'm a little bit hesitant to see if the shorter barrel of the SOCOM actually equates to anything. The wind is blowing, and that will affect how we're going to see the performance out of this. And I'm just going to eyeball this, essentially. So we're just going to see if it will hit the broadside of a barn, and we'll see how far distance is. Now, I have adjusted the hop up just a little bit to make sure it was shooting straight. Whether or not this will actually hit anything is the big one. And I have a spare magazine here, just in case we run out of ammunition before we can even finish this test. So, let's go ahead and see how, with whatever BBs we have left in this magazine, if this has the distance, or if this has any sort of redeeming quality whatsoever in terms of accuracy, and whether or not the SOCOM variant of the AGM M14 EBR or M1A or whatever you want to call it, basically this battle rifle, is better than the long barrel variant. And if we remember from the last review, the long barrel variant and the mod guide, I had to do a little bit of love and work to make it work. So, let's get the run cam on. Run cam is on. Good Lord. It is actually primed, and let's see if we can hit the broadside of a barn. Let's see if it will hit the broadside of a barn, shall we? We're going to go with a yes, it will hit the broadside of a barn. Now, we're going to aim straight at the fence row, and we're going to see if we can hit that, or at least go past that. This is going to be shooting about beyond 100 feet, so yeah, that should be interesting to see if it will make that distance. Ah, that is a stiff prime. So, let's see if we're getting that. That just went flying way off in the distance. So, let's try again. That one, I saw, yeah, it went. It went. They're flying. They are flying. One more just for good luck. Yeah. Yeah, that's huh. That's huh. So, yeah. It needs a little bit of work. The hop-up's going to need some work, and I'm definitely going to have to see why the hop-up is wonky as all hell, and see whether or not this thing needs improvements whenever we do the mod guide for this, and kind of see the guts of this sucker. But, until then, let's go ahead, head back on inside, and give the final verdict for the AGM M1A SOCOM, M14 SOCOM, M14 EBR SOCOM, Shorty M14, this small battle rifle. Shall we? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And let's be honest here. This is just a shorter version of the full-length version, which I have modified, and I have done a takedown guide on, because this is essentially, like I said before, the short-length variant of it. And, again, I'm heavily disappointed. I mean, yes, the full-length variant is a better option if you wanted to make a, like, sleeper, straight pull-bolt sniper rifle. Same thing can be done with this, because, again, the AEG spring, essentially, that's in here, these can take AEG springs. The same for the Double Eagle M14 SOCOM, but the sad thing is that the M14 SOCOM by Double Eagle, the Springer, is a lot better than this. And cheaper, too, when compared. Like, this is around the $40 price tag. The Double Eagle one, depending on where you get it from and how much it is, can range between 30 and 20 bucks. Within the $20 to $30 range. Again, depending on where you get the Springer variant. The Crossman version is about the same price tag. If not more, depending on how much they price gouge. But, what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you want a SOCOM M14, like, to kind of go alongside your AGM full-length M14, then sure, you can go with this model. And, again, it has the same issues and bugs and everything else like the full-length variant. But you're not getting... You're essentially getting the same issues you have with the full-length in a smaller package. If you want a proper SOCOM, like, actually legitimately lighter weight SOCOM variant, and it actually does look like the SOCOM variants, like the M1A, then I'd go with the Double Eagle Springer, or depending on which Springer you get, be it the Well, the UK Arms, or Double Eagle, because they're all basically the same Tokyo Marui copied Springer M14. But this, if you're going to get this, you're going to have to do like I'm going to do, which is basically modify it, take it down, and just do the same thing. However, again, the prime on this is just ungodly. And, much like its full-length counterpart, it gets no more, no less than a... Although I may have given the counterpart a different rating, but the SOCOM here gets no more, no less than a 6 out of 10. It is an above-average Springer, and sad to say, everything, all the problems that came from the original, are still prevalent in this one, in the SOCOM package. Again, as much as I want to claim that it is a good Springer, it is not, ladies and gentlemen. And until I actually get my hands on a Double Eagle M14 Springer, or any of the other Springers that are actually a lot better than this, Only then will we actually do a proper comparison between the two M14 Springers. And that's all I have to say. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been AirsoftAL, and if you want to help out with future reviews, consider donating to the PayPal down below. And if you want to donate to me directly so I can actually get some guns off Amazon, because I have an Amazon account, then consider contacting me via the Discord down below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been AirsoftAL, and I will see you lovely, lovely people in the next review. Till next time, later.